What's goody to any and everybody who may be listening? Okay. Now I'm going to be talking about this mechanism that I used to do in about the 7th grade, and I'm also going to be talking about some of the imaginary boyfriends to go along with what I was talking about the other day with the imaginary friends that were girls. Like I'm telling you, with these girls, we was in the clique. I was in the clique. It was the popular girls. And we was cool. We were cool, though, but it just was not to the extent that I imagined. And I'm talking about, I would play out these scenarios. Everything, bitch. We would be going to the mall. We would be everywhere on the phone. Things of this nature. On three-way and shit. Like, oh my God. It got really, that was really a whole world that I was immersed within with these girls. Now, let's call the light sparks back again from the girls. Okay? And these worlds that I was immersed within while being imaginary friends with these girls, these popular girls. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments that got caught up, lost, stolen, trapped, stuck, or lodged within that experience of these imaginary girlfriends who really did exist, the popular girls all throughout, middle school and high school. And all of the scenarios that I created and, played out with the houses and the cars and us being on three-way and going to the mall and, talking about boys and things are released, removed, freed, and brought on home to the mother, the father, and the child, the source, myself. Okay. Now let's talk about some of the dudes. Like, okay, so as I mentioned, along with the girls, there were the dudes that I would have these imaginary sort of like these would be my imaginary boyfriends, but these were boys that that really existed that I would probably have a crush on, and I would create this whole scenario. Thinking back, it's like really psychotic thinking about it. But I would create these scenarios in my head where, we was together. We was boyfriend and quote girlfriend. Because again, I was at that time, you could not tell me that I wasn't a girl because I had my name. Like I would imagine myself with my hair. I would have my outfit on. It took a whole lot of energy to uphold that what I was doing with those imaginary friends and things. So again, with the boys, I would create this whole scenario, these stories. We would be on the phone talking for hours and things of this nature. Let's go ahead and call that first back. And again, these would be boys that really did exist that I probably would have a crush on, stuff like that. Like Lamar McNeil. We definitely had a little relationship going on. Who else? Like pretty much all the boys I had a crush on. So let's go ahead and call the light sparks. Let's go ahead and call the energy back. It took a lot of energy to uphold that. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments caught up, lost, stolen, trapped, stuck, or lodged within the experience of any of those imaginary boyfriends that I had starting in middle school, going throughout, even Cameron Birch in elementary school. So let's just say elementary too. Any and all imaginary boyfriend that I had, which is really just a crush, that I used my imagination to create these scenarios. Now, my imagination was extremely powerful. I just believe that I used it in the wrong way. Okay? I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments caught up, lost, stolen, trapped, stuck, or lodged within any of those experiences. Any of those experiences, any and all of those imaginary boyfriends, any and all of the imaginary scenarios that I would create in my head, including being on the phone or being together, being actually together, where I would be holding a pillow or something like that, or the pillow would be holding me, and things of this nature are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay. Now let's move on to this humping. This humping is dry humping now. And this was done in the classroom. I gotta say that this did originate, however, from home. You know, humping the bed before I ever jacked off. I was humping the bed, baby. And them was some sessions right there. Let's go ahead and call the light sparks back from the humping of the bed. Okay? Which then spurred those moments where I was directly in the classroom. Ain't no telling who saw me or was talking about me. Like, oh, did you see him today? Ain't no telling who was doing that. But I was in that classroom steady humping the desk. Let's go ahead and call the light sparks back. I decree and declare that any and all of my energy, light sparks, and soul fragments that got caught up, lost, stolen, trapped, stuck, or lodged within any of those experiences where I was either humping, anything I was humping, dry humping, whether it was the floor, my bed, or the desk at school, in front of all them motherfuckers who probably couldn't detect what I was doing because I was doing it on the low. But nonetheless, I was humping that damn desk up into the point of orgasm. Are released, removed, freed, and brought on back home to the mother, the father, and the child. Okay?